welcome to another video. I'm afraid I've been a bit unwell for the last week, and so I don't have a really in-depth tutorial or anything exciting on a work project I wanted to show you ready for today. Instead, I thought I would share something a little bit more fun. In fact, it was a little app I was able to put together whilst I was on the sofa not feeling all that amazing. The reason I was able to do this so easily is that I'm bringing back to life an app that I'd created with some friends a couple of years ago, and with the help of Claude code, migrated it to be a Fyne application. You can see here, I'm not going to go into the depth of the code, but there's nothing particularly special. It's a regular Go Fyne application, and I'm just going to run it to show you what this game is about. So there you go. This is a fun puzzle game. You're controlling a spinning object moving between different pegs inside a maze. We're supposed to collect bonuses, avoid enemies, and get from the start to the end in as short a time as possible. That was just one of the training levels. The forest world, available when you complete training, gets a lot more complicated and quite a bit larger as well. In fact, I find it very difficult to control just with the mouse, so we've done keyboard bindings as well. A is the magnet and D rotates. It's much easier to get a high score then, and of course this was originally designed for a touchscreen device. It was an iOS application, but now it's going to work absolutely everywhere, and I can run this same application alongside the original on my phone. But what I wanted to do was to show you that this is just a Fyne app, but it's made really custom based on a lot of imagery and assets and a custom theme dropped in there. To begin with, I'm going to show you how the layout is set up using the debug tag that you might find useful for your application as well. So if I just pass tags debug in and run the app as normal, you can see that it loads this application, and highlighted here is the container with the buttons. Everything else is a background, but we can then tap on one of these buttons. If I go into help, for example, you can see it's laid out the content of our help page inside that scroller. We can go back, and you see the back is highlighting like any other button does with a down state, using the desktop and mobile enhancements that allow you to trigger on a finger or a mouse button being put down and then back up again. And I've done the same here for the training button, and then we can go into the next level. And you can see here our user interface is laid out top and bottom, and the game itself is just being rendered using a lot of pixels calculated in the background and then projected onto the screen using a standard image or raster object. This was handled for me. The original code was written for OpenGL, and that was a lot more complicated. Now we're just moving around pixels on a 2D screen. It's much easier to work with. And these buttons are simply set up as tap buttons like the menu. And like I said, we have it bound to keyboard as well. So I can press the magnet or I can press rotate. And that means that we can traverse this level. And oh, I exploded. I don't know if I can pass that way again. Let me try and rotate. And I completed the level there. So you can see now it's possible to make an app that looks completely different. Something that was originally designed to work only on a phone and has now been ported to desktop. And of course, you could run it on just about any device that you like. There's nothing particularly special about this application. We're using the Auto 2 sound library, like I've used in other apps that I've shown you before. And of course, I would love to shout out also my friends Charlie and Ben McCulloch, who helped me with this game in the first place. The code is not available. It might be soon, but I haven't shared it yet. I will, however, put a download link if you want to play this, available in the comments to this video. If you can't find it, or if you're having any trouble at all with this game, just feel free to reach out. You can find me online. Andy.xyz is my website. You'll find other blog articles as well. Also do check out my YouTube archive. But of course, consider sponsoring me on Patreon, where you get access to a lot more exclusive content, and you could even get some of these lovely stickers that I've shown here. Check out the work also at apptricks.ai, where we're making it possible for anybody to build applications. I hope that you enjoy the game and any of these videos, and like I said, don't hesitate to reach out if you've got any ideas or questions, and I'll see you in a more in-depth video next time.